Welcome to the You Heard podcast with your hosts, Ben, Joe, and CP. We're here to cover everything related to Miami Hurricanes football, from hot topics to pre- and post-game analysis.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end. We'll talk about it.
No, let's talk about that right now because you completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying, like,
I mean, what did you say? What are we talking about, man?
Get into our topic.
I feel keeping it a buck.
You heard?
Yo, you know what it is, man. It's all about that, you. Hope everyone is doing well on this wonderful Wednesday evening. I do have co-hosts, you know what I mean, but they just do what they want. You know what I mean? My co-hosts, they just, you know, Ben, both Bens. If you didn't know, Polk is Ben as well. And then we got Benny Boondocks, we got CB. They just reckless. They do what they want to do. They show up when they want to show up. It's all good, though. But listen, we're going to set it off like this. Please go to the website, youheardpodcast.com. Check out that merch, man. This shirt right here is the rage right now. You know what I mean? This shirt is the rage right now. Fuck the big three. It's just big we. We got them in multiple colors. I think that white one pops. You know what I mean? Go check it out, man. Go check out the merch. We trying to come up with a whole bunch of stuff for y'all, man. This is the For the Culture gear. You know, the show we do every other Monday with Flo and AO. You know, we got the No Matter What shirts. You know, Polk made the fire graphic, no matter what. And we turned that into a shirt, man. If you working out, if you grinding, you got to get it done no matter what, man. And these are some of the older designs. All pits, no poodles. Spring is in the air. It's still spring. It's summer now. But, you know, for the little ladies, you know, we got the ladies representing all shades. So go check out the merch, man.
Definitely go check out the merch.
Yo, listen, don't come in here just talking, man. Don't come in here.
I was here the whole time.
Like Macau, thank you, fam. Yeah, that's one word right there for it.
Oh, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
Just come in talking. Don't introduce yourself. Don't say
I'm guys.
Don't say good afternoon, good evening, nothing. No.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. You know what I'm saying? Happy Juneteenth, my brother. Got the pop-out show tonight at 7 p.m. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
Jay
You know what I'm
Singh,
saying?
what's
22
going
of you.
on, brother?
Jay Singh be here early, bro. Jay Singh is watching the clock when you punch in and punch out.
That's right, man. I love it, man. We appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely, man.
Man, what's going on, brother? You want to explain your tardiness, or
Listen, man,
no?
you know what I'm saying? I had a conflict of schedules. You know what I'm saying? I thought things were going to
You the
line
one
up
who
better than
told
they
me
did.
5:00. You know what I mean?
I know. I thought things were going to get done. In terms of the list of things that need to get done around this house is extensive. So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, yeah, man. How you doing, my brother? How you been?
So good, man. Taking it day by day, man. Work is work, life is life.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get busy. You know what I mean? We closer to the season, man. Every day I wake up, I thank the good Lord that He gave me another day. And
Absolutely.
I thank the good Lord that we getting closer to the season.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Yeah, you just shut off. You got a ghost. It sounded like some ghostly shit because you just shut off. Carl, big Carl, young old Carl. My guy, what's going on, Carl? Hope everything is well with you, brother. Ben is going to leave and come back and try to get his sound right, or just get his sound right. Listen, man, we got a commitment, y'all. You know what I mean? We got a commitment. And I think something's supposed to pop. You saw Dennis Smith's tweets. He's gearing up for a huge week. Coming ahead from wow, what's going on, man? Joe, man, coming ahead from the NYC with the temperature. Yeah, man. What part of NY are you in, Juan? I'm sure we probably had this conversation before, but my mind is very elderly. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's hot down here, man, and I'm sure it's blazing in Miami. But we in about the 90s here in Charlotte. I'm in Charlotte, so okay, artists, BK, BX. All right, BK and BX. Yeah, I'm from Queens, man. So we got 3 of the 5 boroughs covered. You know what I mean? I should be in NY. Matter of fact, Juan and artists, I should be in NY first weekend in August. I should be up there. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I was getting ready to discuss Demetrius Campbell. Our new commitment.
6'6"
from Orlando. Yeah, man. 6'6", 300 right now.
Right now.
And he moves very well.
Yep.
He moves
interior lineman, right? We're going. The reason why he's a 3 stars because he's an interior lineman, projected to be, right?
I mean, I guess I think he can play tackle. I think he'll definitely have the athleticism to play tackle.
2-sport athlete.
Yeah, he's a 2-sport. He play ball. You could tell his feet are just real good, man. He moves well in space. Shout out to Steve-O, man. I was watching his breakdown. Anytime we get a commit, I go to Steve-O's breakdown. I go to Coach Hayes' breakdown. I was watching the breakdown, man, and he's a very athletic guy, man. Like I was saying, Coach Smith was talking about we about to go on a run, and it should be, something popping today.
Tonight.
Should be popping today. So we shall see. We shall see what up, man. What you think of the O-line commit, man?
Ah, man, it's big time. Look, 6'6", 300 pounds. You can't teach height size, brother. You can't. You know what I'm saying? It's the long gone are the days where you're getting the 220-pound lineman and trying to flip him into 300-pounders. You know what I'm saying? The frame he's got, I think he could put on a couple more pounds. Maybe change that body up, probably get to like 310. You know what I mean? But change that body up because you see what they did with Honest Cooper. That's the model for that. And you see how, you see Francis' body. Francis looked like a bodybuilder in the offseason. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. So look, you can't teach that kind of size, and you just keep getting big monsters, bro. Big aliens all day. His feet are crazy, mad agile for his size. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely a big fan. And I keep thinking there's some people on that old line who might need to flip to the defensive side, man, because it's gonna be hard to see some of those guys getting snaps when you keep getting waves of these type of players. And I think he's underrated. I think he's a higher, you know what I mean? I think he's a higher, more like a 4 than a 3-star. But it could be that weird shit where like it depends on where he plays, what his competition is, and all that type of stuff. But you get let me ask you something, man. You know what's weird to me about that is you could be a 5-star if you have lower competition and you dominate, but if you play better competition, you might not get that. You know what I'm saying? Like Central Florida or the South, everywhere's going to be pretty much good competition. You know what I'm saying? All across the South. That's just what it is. So it's just weird. You know what I'm saying? Congrats on the commit. But like everything, Joe, we don't get too hyped. We don't get too high or too low till they sign in December, man. Everything is waking me up in December. Everything.
Yep. And that star shit, you know, we talked about that star shit. You know, that shit, we know that's bullshit. First of all, it's not an exact science. And you know, it
doesn't make sense
to me.
It doesn't make sense.
You know?
You're projecting 4 years out without every other factor and variable. Let's see. Juan Manuel got a question here. Joe and Ben, what do you make of Mario and the staff prowess on evaluation? Cam Pruitt, Life of Pickett, we're all high on their board from the start. Joe, you got that?
Yeah, I think they do a great job of identifying talent early. Because let's keep it a buck, they're probably, you know, not saying no staffs work hard, but they work extremely hard and they make the visits. They go see these people in person. You know what I mean? They go check these guys. They're not just watching highlights. You know, they're going to check them out. They're going to see how they practice. They're going to see how they work. So the evaluation is just not a player evaluation, like from an athletic standpoint. It's an evaluation on how they move, how they act in class, how they treat coaches, how they treat the janitor. You know what I mean? How they keep they locker clean. You know, it's how organized they are. That's the type of evaluation people are getting. You know, so it's
how they look on plays when they know the ball isn't getting to them. How they look, you know what I'm saying, when all those things, how they look in practice, when if one of their players are hurt, how do they react with that? Everything. They evaluate everything. And it's always interesting, right? Like when you see people freaking out when it's like, yo, June, why are we getting these guys and all these things? It's like, man, they have a focus. And I think for the first time in a long time since like Butch and early Mark Richt, like this stuff just isn't going to be outworked. You know what I mean? Like there's gonna be players that go to other schools, and that's fine. But you know what I'm saying, that's just the nature of the business, right? But this staff is just to the level of what it should be to compete in this day and age of college football. You know, other staffs weren't ready for what's coming. You know what I mean? Other staffs wouldn't put in this level of work at this, you know, that were here previously. That's all. It's just a professional, you know, you want to look like you see who our graphics are with. Right now it's SEC and us. That's who we're competing with. I mean, like that's who those are the type of players we're going for. Long gone are the days where it's us, no disrespect, us and a bunch of G5 schools. And we're just like, yeah, okay, cool, that'll work. You know what I mean? Gone are those days.
So it also helps to have relationships with the high school coaches and people in that community, because they the coaching staff will tell the high school coaches what they're looking for, and coaches send tape, send the player early. You know, you got hey coach, I got a freshman who's 6'5", 230 right now. Yep. You might want to keep an eye on them. You know what I mean? And
those friendships, those relationships matter. Absolutely.
Yes.
Let's see. Charmaine says, shout out to Charmaine. As long as we keep these players clean, respectful, and following the rules on campus, we'll be undefeated. That
And
goes
listen,
along with
Charmaine, listen. My biggest fear is the off season. Every off season.
Mhm.
The off
Mhm.
season for a football player is painful. Son.
No, it doesn't seem like there's much of an off season. Doesn't seem like
So,
there's much in
it
all
is
this
though.
stuff.
It is, man. It is, and
Well,
it's
you
painful because think about baseball. Baseball goes from April to October, and then
mid
you're
October,
right
yeah,
back a couple months later for
yeah.
winter ball and all that shit. College football and football in general, son, like August
What is it?
to
3 months.
December, if you
Yeah,
make a bowl game, you know what I
yeah.
mean? And then you off until freaking August. I mean, you working out, you got spring ball, but even after the spring, right?
Yeah, because
What you're
even
done
spring
in,
is 15 practices.
yeah, son, you done in what? April or
Yeah,
May,
yeah.
and then you got until August. Like,
That's a long
son,
time.
that's
That's
wow.
summer, and it's summer in Miami. And
That's
it's
wow.
I'm
That's
glad.
wow.
I hope a lot of these players are taking like summer classes and just staying away from it. I see.
Yeah,
I think people are going to start watching who Miami is off. They've been watching. They've been watching
yeah.
that. They've been watching that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's people that are going to get hired out. Let's see where our guy Carl says, man. Shout out to Carl. Won't expect to land any huge fish until we play real ball. Yeah, man. The season when you those top notch guys. If Carl, if you're a guy. If you're a guy that follows the stars, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if you are or not. I'm just saying in general. There are some players that want to see what they look like when the snaps are real. And you know what I'm saying? And we'll see what that is, but not all. Not all. Remember, JoJo last year popped in the summer out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So and he didn't take any visits, just cooled out, did his thing, and had a good time and stayed locked in. Let's see. Jay
And
Sings.
Carl, we've landed big fish. Now
Mhm.
we've landed huge fish. Justin Scott was a huge get. The two
Mhm.
tackles just last year, right? Last
Yeah.
cycle.
Mhm.
Francis and Sampson, huge
Yep.
gets. The two best tackles in the country, damn near.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, they were
JoJo,
until they committed to Miami. Then two tackles
right?
got
Then they
moved
got
up.
dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's always
Lightfoot. That was a huge get, man. You know, so
huge gets are
got
gonna
a
happen.
yeah, we got a few. We got a few.
Yeah, man. The hit rate on Mario and the staff from a recruiting standpoint is top notch. What I'm waiting on is the player development to coincide with the recruiting. I mean, are you looking at it, Jason? I'll ask, and Joe, I'll ask you too. Are you looking at it as like the development of every single player? Because every player develops differently. But you saw it with Francis getting better throughout the season. Yes, he has to work on his feet with the bull rush and speed. Right, we saw that with the speed rush. But Ruben Bain got better. Ruben Bain, yes, was still a true freshman. He's not supposed to be able to push 30-year-old offensive linemen, you know what I mean, the way he did. But that's coaching and leverage from Jason Taylor, who was an undersized defensive end that had to work on leverage and feet. He was what, 250, 260? Like on a good day, they try to tell you 270. Jason Taylor was never 270. That just was not a thing that he was. So that leverage, the development is there. Kiko Maigoa as a linebacker, he was solid at Washington State. He got better here. You know what I'm saying? One of the best linebackers in the country. So what's your thought, Joe? Because this is a good question from Jay Singh. What's your thought on the development so far of what this current iteration of the staff has done? Also, Restrepo, I mean Jacoby George.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For me, it's a little bit too soon to say for me. Of course, you do see improvement, right? You mentioned the guys who have improved. I'm looking at people who weren't that. So let's say Inez Cooper. That's a good piece for me. You know,
And
he
Jalen
came in a
Rivers.
3-star.
Those two guys.
Jalen Rivers, Inez Cooper came in a 3-star. He got that work. Like the people on the O-line have developed, but then we got to look at somebody like TVD. You know, he regressed.
Yep.
what
What's the
what
reason
was
for
that?
that?
Was that him? Was that the scheme? Was that the coaching? What was that? But I agree. Obviously, the development, guys have to be developed. The staff has to has to be able to trust these guys, because what I want to see is the guys that you recruited. I would like to see them stay and play.
Yep.
Not where you have to go get somebody to
From the
play
portal.
out the portal
Mhm.
to play middle linebacker because you don't trust Popo in the middle. You know
Yep.
what I mean? So now you've recruited him. You spent all this time and this money recruiting these guys. Then when it's time to play, you don't trust them, and you got to go
Yep.
get somebody else. That's what I don't want to see.
Yeah, I don't want to see that at all. Next year after this is I just don't want to see another 15-person portal. I just don't want to see, what I mean? I want to see 5 to 7. Like you're gonna need a couple portal guys. You know what I mean? Like you might need another center. Who know? You know what I mean? Like who knows what you're gonna need next year? So we'll go from there, man. But yeah, it's just weird. Joe, like I told you, I had a question for you. That came to my head when we were doing For the Culture on Monday with Flo and AO. Shout out to those guys. So this is like a hypothetical, right? So with the recruiting struggles, not struggles, because top 3, top 7, but the recruiting struggles that some people say we've had, right? Because we lose this one guy that they wanted, yada yada yada. This very anecdotal, empirical evidence. Y'all look those up. But if Miami had already been in the SEC, right? Let's say we're already in the SEC, and we had a Kamarion Franklin that visited 22 times, right? How different would these again? I'm very nitpicky here, right? This is a hypothetical. I'm just curious as what you think. If we were already in the SEC, had that, was it $40 million difference annually? You know what I'm saying, towards the school. How much better would how much better would this recruiting be? Because the guys we've lost have been to SEC teams because of the level of competition and the money.
Yeah, I hate hypotheticals.
I hate them too, but I was just thinking. I hate it too.
I think it's more the product on the field than conference to me.
Okay.
I think if Miami was winning the ACC in the championship game every year, a threat to go to the playoff, top 10, top 15 every year, looking good on the field, I don't think it would be a problem for the people who want to go to Miami.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So there's some people, yes, man, they grew up in SEC country, Kamarion Franklin. They grew up there. They want to be in that environment. It's an unbeatable environment, son. I went to Texas A&M last year or 2 years ago.
Yep.
That shit was bananas.
Yep.
The fucking stadium was shaking. You could feel the stadium shaking. There's no atmosphere like that in the ACC to me, except for Virginia Tech.
Yep.
Virginia Tech is the closest that I've been in with that type of environment.
You were at NC State last year, right?
NC State last.
I
didn't go to NC State, but I've been to
UNC. You went to UNC.
I went to UNC. It's a dope atmosphere, but it's not like that. Mm-hmm. Like that Virginia Tech Into the Sandman shit is unbeatable, my guy. Like that shit is ridiculous. Texas A&M shit was ridiculous. That shit made no sense.
And that's standard, and that's standard across the SEC.
Yeah, that's standard, man. So that's hard to be like, nah, So
yeah.
But I think like we all know, I think once we start winning and start looking good on the field, because I have a question about that to you in the chat as well, but start looking like it's supposed to look, then I think we'll get more cats, man.
All right, let's see what Carl's active, man. Shout out to Carl. I agree, but I don't want us to have a class of 20 to 13 and have them be 3 stars. I trust the eval, but every 3 star isn't a diamond in the rough. But the 3 stars are what builds the team out. Like, you're not gonna have 25 stars. know what I'm saying? Like, I think Texas A&M did that a couple years ago. How'd that turn out? I mean, that's the SEC staff. They ain't do shit. They had 6 and 7, 7 and 6, and they had what the best class of all time, like by the numbers, and they didn't do a good thing. So you can't have 20. That's just not the way to build a team out, man. It's not realistic.
And fucking, I'm gonna say this shit until I'm blue in the face, but you can't see it because I'm dark, so you won't see me get blue in the face. But coaching fucking matters, B. I don't care how many 5 stars you bring in. Coach, you have to coach these motherfuckers up. You have to. You have to. There's no, if you bring in 3, I don't care if you have Texas A&M, the most talented roster ever in life.
Everybody
you have to coach, man. You have to.
Coaching is culture, right? Coaching is culture. Like, it comes from the head. It comes from the head. Like, you know what I'm saying? The head of the snake is what runs the entire ship. So it's just, you can't have a coach that's like, I just want all these pretty shiny things, but I'm gonna let them do whatever they want. They could not show up to practice, take trips, make all the money in the world because of NIL, and they'll just show up on Saturdays and we'll figure it out. That's not realistic. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not gonna be possible. Let's see what questions did you have for the chat, Joe? You said you had a question.
You on the chat, man. Look, listen. Some people are, when it comes to wins and losses and how it looks versus just winning. So when it comes to wins, are you a guy who just wants to win? Like, we play Miami of Ohio, we win 20-13. Are you satisfied with that? Or do you look at how it looks on the field? Because to me, there's winning, and then there's how it looks. Like, we've had conversations last year and the previous year about a couple of times that we've won, but I was like, yeah, we won, but I don't think we're gonna win anymore because of how we look. We look certain way.
I think the year we started the show, we had a game against, like, because we started this was I forget 29, was it 2021?
22? I feel like 2022.
22. All right. It was before Mario, right? Pre-Mario. Right? Because he got hired because it was like the back and forth. So it was like the manager. I think that year we had like we barely beat like Central Michigan or some shit. Right? Like remember that shit? Like,
had a rough time with them dudes.
So it was like they had the ball and they could have won the game, but like we stopped them on 4th down. It was like 23-20, 21-7, some stupid. Chat, don't tell me what the actual score was. We're good. But this is we don't need to check. I'm just saying, like, it was an ugly game. 100% it matters how you look. It matters how you win. Absolutely. The optics. Perfect example. I gave you the Central Michigan. I could give you the shit. Miami. There was another game a year later or the year before, App State. Same shit. Right? Close game, whatever. So fast forward that to the game we saw together, Texas A&M. 48-33, won by 15. That, you know what I mean? It was a nip tuck game that we pulled away. That felt different, right? Like that feels, when you beat an SEC team or a good opponent by 15, cool. If you beat a bad opponent by 15, feels different. You know what I'm saying? Like a team. I'm a person who's like, App State, Central Michigan shouldn't have any more than 10 points on you, and you won by 4 to 5 scores minimum. You know what I mean? I'm thinking 34-10, you know what I'm saying, 41-10, and it's just like you're just playing your guys, you're just getting up out of there. Like yes, 100% it matters how you win against those bad teams. Better teams, better opponents, that's a little different. But yeah, like opponents that you should handle, like that we handle on NCAA, right? Like when we play them, like, oh, you're not even coming close to me, son. Like, I'm gonna run the same 4 plays. It's gonna be Novocaine, but you ain't gonna do shit about it. Like, it's just what it is.
Yeah. I think it does make a difference to recruits how it looks. I think to the average fan, if you just see at the end of the year that you're 10-2, I don't think you're gonna care the Virginia game last year. Definitely, I don't think you're gonna care how you got to 10-2. You just got to 10-2. You won 10 games, so I don't give a fuck. But
2017.
to the people who actually look at the shit and to the recruits, I think it matters how you look in those games. Definitely.
I mean, look, we talk about 2017 lovingly, right? We had the stadium rocking, beat the shit out of Notre Dame. 2017 should have rolled into a top 5 class, right? Because you were 10-3. You were in the ACC championship game, only time there, but every game was a possession. Every single game. We had a Georgia Tech team that couldn't throw the ball, and they were in there with us. Again, that team was 10-0, son. Like that team was and ended up 10-3. That team didn't roll into a rejuvenation of this program. That's our best season in the last 20 plus years. Every game was a possession. Recruits were like, yeah, y'all 10-0, but y'all, you know what I mean? Like we were in the top 4 at one point. We're in the college football playoff.
Y'all struggling.
You know what I mean? It was ugly, bro.
Struggle bus.
Yeah, it was not a fun time.
Nah.
Yeah, there was no momentum from 2017. No momentum after that. No momentum. Yeah. So
I went to that championship game in Charlotte, man. I was like, come on, son. Get me up out of here.
That shit was terrible, yo.
Yeah, I didn't feel good about it anyway going into the game. But you know, everybody was here. You know, ESPN was here. Took my son down there. We had a good time, but it was just yeesh.
Yeah, it was not. There was not a good time. That pick game. That's why because of that pick game, I'll forever hate the day after Thanksgiving game. I remember watching that shit at my in-laws' house. I was like, yo, we about to lose this game. I'm half asleep. I know they're half asleep because I think it was like 11 a.m. or noon kickoff. It was trash. Like, it was just not a good time. Not a good time at all, man. All right, let's get into this Caneswear ad and talk some visits because we got some big time guys coming this weekend. Welcome
to Caneswear.
New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Carl hit us with
you see it.
Yo, y'all always on the shelf, man. Right here. It's a hat I can't wear, but I always got y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Adidas. Jeff Thomas or Jacoby George from our guy Carl. Who would you take?
We're just talking about pure talent and nothing else. Jeff Thomas was one of the most talented receivers I ever saw. So I'm taking Jeff Thomas.
Yeah, Jeff Thomas, easy.
Not that Jacoby George is not talented, but Jeff Thomas was different.
Yes, he was. Man, that dude. Whew. Benninger, who are we playing this summer for the ACC? I'm going to go Clemson.
I'm going to go Clemson as well.
No, I'm going Clemson with that.
Syracuse. How the fuck Syracuse get in there?
Juan Manuela's being funny. I do. Come on now. Get out of here. Unless their schedule's mad soft. I don't know. I haven't looked at their schedule because we only play them once, and that's when I worry about them. All right, man. All right, Joe. Who we got coming this weekend? By the way, I just got a text. I can't share with the chat, but I'm gonna tell you after. I just got a text. Shout out to my guy.
Popping?
Yeah.
Is it popping already?
Yeah.
I already know. No, we already know who it is.
Yeah, but I got one for tomorrow.
Okay. Good. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Espinosa. I don't know. Iose.
Jose. I think it's Jose Epinesa. I think so. Right. But I don't think it's a Spanish name. I'm not sure. It could be Pacific Islander, so I apologize if I pronounced that incorrectly. But he does have a big brother, so I really apologize.
Yeah. A real big brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'll be in the building, man. He's the number 1 player in the state of Illinois. Number 3 player at his position. He's a DN, man. 6'4", about 250. His brother's in the league. He got that. He got those genes. and he's high on Miami, man.
Yep.
And we're starting to make inroads in the state of Illinois. I'm sure he'll be chilling with Lightfoot. He'll be chilling with Justin Scott. You know, so yeah, man, we're starting to make Elias Rudolph. Wasn't he in Illinois too, or was he in Michigan? Somewhere.
I think he's somewhere up there, but I don't think he was. I don't think he was Illinois.
Yeah. But yeah, Hilton. Say the name, son. Just say the name, man.
Hilton Drake Stubbs. Come on, son. Come on, son. Hey, you feeling froggy, dog? Come on now. We done seen. Listen, we don't know nothing about nothing, nobody. This is us just talking shit with y'all. This is what we do here on You Heard. Because you heard what the fuck we be talking about. You see the decommits. It's happening. We done talked about it. It was bound to happen. It's happening now. Is it happening earlier than I thought? Yes, it is. I thought it would have been happening at least until the season. The decommits are happening. Hilton Drake Stubbs is visiting this weekend. Please watch the tape. Please watch the tape, son. It's the reason why the name is always capital on our page on Twitter, and it's no matter what, son. Hilton Drake, yo, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yo, if he pops, our guy CB is gonna be doing backflips all through Houston.
Yeah,
he's gonna be going bananas.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? To me, Mr. Stubbs is a top 3 safety. They got him ranked as the 6th ranked safety. I think he's top 3.
Mm-hmm.
So TJ offered to be here, man. That's a linebacker I wanted too, man. He's committed to Ohio State right now, and
those decommits are coming through next.
Yeah, he's coming through. He's high on Miami too, man. No matter whatever his commitment was, some people were shocked he committed that early. I know we were.
Yep.
But he's another guy, man. He's a Florida guy, so we're gonna do. He's coming
with a close friend of his, right? Mr. Elijah Melendez.
Yeah. Bam Bam.
Yeah.
Bam Bam. And AKA Bam Bam. I know some people. Yeah, Bam Bam. Yeah.
Okay.
I know some people are a little bit tight at Elijah Melendez because he goes on visits. He likes to have fun.
They be mad at me.
But I wouldn't worry about Elijah Melendez, man.
I'd go on all the visits.
Yeah, I think Elijah Melendez is locked in. I think he's just enjoying the process. So I wouldn't really worry about it.
Yeah, I'm not stressing it.
Ben Hanks. Ben Hanks coming through, man. That's a Florida legacy.
Yep.
But he likes Miami, man. He's at Booker T, man. So he's local.
Booker T, Washington. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Ben Hanks is nice at corner. And Lil Birdie told me we're gonna go on a run with DBs. So yeah, I don't know if Ben Hanks is one of those guys or not. He could be.
Could be.
And a name that we haven't heard in a while, but at running back, Alvin Henderson is supposed to.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. And this is hey, let me start. This is according to On 3 right here.
Right.
So salute to On 3, whatever, So Alvin Henderson.
I looked at 247. 247 has the same list. Yeah.
So he's a Penn State commit. If you remember him from before, he's from Alabama, man, and he's a good back. So he'll be down
85,000 yards rushing, basically in the last 2 seasons. So crazy.
And Randy Adarica, forgotten name. Nobody's talking about him, man. From Central.
Yeah.
D lineman, he's a problem.
Yes.
He's a problem. And those Central D linemen, man. You already know.
First of all, shout out to, I think Azubi had a conversation with him on his 100 yards and walking. I'm saying, said he would have loved to have played with, because he would have been playing this year with Armando Blunt. Remember, Armando should have been going into his senior year. You genius. Just say, hey, I'm not doing senior year. I'm going to college at a private school. So you know what I'm saying? He transferred into Central. A problem. I think where his last visit should be committing somewhere soon. But that home pull, listen, we're gonna keep making visits. Again, I keep trying to stress to y'all, man, don't overreact to a 17-year-old's graphic in June. Don't do it, because all you end up looking silly for no reason. Just wait till December. We got the merch on the website. You know what I'm saying? Waking up in December is Joe taking a nap. I'm saying my dog, my big bro likes taking naps, so it's an homage to him. You know what I'm saying? It's
I don't like taking naps. They're necessary.
They're key to life. They're key to life, son. They really are. Yo, naps are so underrated. Shout out to naps. I hate all the days I didn't take naps before. What do you think? Henry Stevens asked, what do you think is our strongest position on team? Defensive line. I know defensive line is in my opinion, is strong. It's the strongest position group. That just all of it. The trenches is crazy on the defensive line. The waves of edges we could throw out there in 1 year, from last year being mad, hurt, and injured, to all the options and potential and proven guys, because you got transfers. That's mine. What do you got?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I like the running back room. Especially if Fletch is ready for the first game, which I think he might be. Fletch, Martinez, you got your Bam Bams right there. And then you got Chris Johnson, Hellcat,
AJ,
you got your speed, back there. I really wish Rashad Smith was still here. I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna let it go now because I've been thinking about this. I really wish Rashad Smith was still here, but he's not.
This is the last time you mentioned it.
I'm not gonna say it because I don't dwell on shit like that. But I was watching the Clemson game, and he made some. I wish Rashad Smith was here, man.
All right. Sometimes you got to cleanse that out, bro. I get it. I had 3 episodes in a row where I couldn't talk about nothing else but Tyler Van Dyke. So I understand, and that was like last week. So I get it. Sometimes you just gotta like get it out of your system. Yeah, Brashard woulda, shoulda, coulda win. Definitely.
Yeah.
Juan Manuel, you have 9 guys who can start a receiver at most schools.
Yeah, I like the receiver. I like the receiver room too, man. I hope those guys get used how they're supposed to get used. I hope you get some of those guys the ball in space. What used to bother me, they used to throw receiver screens. So like a slot receiver screens to like tight ends or even X. Now X is my guy. X is he's not brilliant receiver.
Yes,
but he's not that guy. You know what I mean? He's not that make you miss, go get 20. He's not that guy, man. So I hope they just get the right players the ball in space. That's really been your theme the whole offseason, right? It's just like the scheme, because the pieces are there. The scheme has to be there, and the trust has to be there. If he was going to be on a third team, still getting him 10 touches gets you at least 5 explosive plays. You know what I mean? So I'm good with that. I'm fine as long as you get him touches. So,
Rashard carried the offense. The game was
plays, man. Big plays.
All right, going back to your question that you asked earlier, right? How it looks versus what the wins are, right? Our best win last season was Texas A&M, right? But Clemson, we hadn't beat Clemson in my fucking lifetime. Beat Clemson, our lifetime, same group, same age group. We had and we beat Clemson with, a ball control, no turnover game, right? Whatever the score was, that felt better right? Then and that was a closer game than the Virginia game, which was about the same score, right? Because how we looked. Look, mind you, that's basically the same score, right? Chat, let me know what the scores were. Like I don't remember off the top of my head what the score was in the Clemson game and what the score was in the Virginia game. I think the scores were similar, but look how different the Clemson game felt, right? And the Virginia game. For the Virginia game, I thought we were going to lose if we keep it in the buck. Like the way that game played out, I was like, this is a game we lose. So those are the games that can really change some shit. Some more.
Yeah, I think in my opinion, the Clemson game, I think as a team, I think we looked better in the Clemson game than any other game. Texas A&M, if you remember, I said we were going to win that game. I didn't think Texas A&M was as good as everybody was making them. You know what I mean? I thought we were going to win that game. Clemson, I said we will lose, but that would be the last year we lose to them. And we won. Yep. I think it was impressive because Emory Williams was that quarterback. You couldn't open up the playbook. And we bullied the motherfucker. The whole third quarter, we bullied the shit out of Clemson. We ran the ball up and down the whole quarter, B. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And our defense stopped them when we had to stop them. So I think that was dope.
Yeah, no, definitely. What else? Who else we got visiting? Was that the whole list before we?
That's the list according to On3. Yeah. Of course, there's going to be more. There's going to be surprises. There's going to be people that they don't want you to know about. So.
Yep, 100%. 25 days, the game comes out. That's the first game. I'm blowing them out. Then in the ACC championship game, I'm playing all 12 games the first day that game comes out. Just right away, son. Right away. Now, okay. Yeah. If I have a closer game against Virginia, it's a different story.
And Virginia was like, what was Virginia? Fucking 4-8, 4 and something.
That
even though they played a lot of tough games, but you know,
Virginia got that type of quarterback that bothers me, right? The one that just like is enough to keep the chains moving. I hated that shit. Hated that.
And that's what we need. When people talking about, you know, college football, you need a quarterback who can get out the way a little bit, man.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
You got
somebody asked a good question up top, man. Jay Singh, on Jay Singh's question about realignment.
This one? Okay.
Yes.
Jay Singh asks, Ben and Joe, with more conference realignment imminent, what are your thoughts with the ACC dissolving and USF getting their AAU status over FSU? Well, USF is a way better school than FSU. I'm never going to give FSU any kind of credit. They have the same letters in their acronym, but that's about it. Yeah, USF is making some real moves, man. Like USF is trying to be a bigger and bigger program. Look, if you are a smart president and a smart athletic director, you start aligning yourself with universities and conferences that might get you more money and might make you grow. Because remember, that money isn't all going to be used towards athletics. That grows your program, that grows your student base, which grows your donor base, and all those things matter. It's not just going to a big, you know what I'm saying, getting a conference, getting more money. All those things grow your program and your university exponentially. So FSU is going to do what FSU needs to do. You know what I'm saying? They got hurt because of they lost by 60, and they've just kind of rolled that in, and that they might be bouncing soon. Who knows? But you know, that's shout out to USF. Shout out to USF getting their credential, the same credential that we have, and we've had it for about a year and a half. So you know what I'm saying? AAU. Yeah, they see
the conference realignment is happening, so there's no stopping that. I wouldn't have a problem either way with ACC staying if they were to improve the conference. You know, get some other. If Notre Dame was to join, and you know, we can get a larger TV deal, get some more money. If they dissolve, which I think that's probably what's going to happen. Yep. Then, you know, I'm sure we have things in line to make a move, man. It just, in my opinion, I just think it really needs to happen on a field. And then I think we'll make the best move.
Yeah, this season is much more than just a recruiting important season. You put out a good product on the field, everything's in play. Everything's in play. Miami's the biggest market in the state, which means more money, more revenue for every conference that tries to get at it. There's talk of independence. There's talk of this. There's talk of everything's in play.
I love that shit. That's my number one option, being independent.
There's talk of everything, man. Just understand, yo. I don't know law shit. I don't know contracts like that. I'm not gonna sit here and a lot of y'all try to give y'all some bullshit ass response. But there's people. University of Miami is not a dumb school. Does not have dumb people working there. They had people who didn't care about athletics. That's totally different than being dumb. It's not. You know what I'm saying, Julio Frank is not a dumb person. Got 87,000 degrees, and now he's on. You know what I'm saying, he moves on. He just didn't care about football like we do. So the moves are needed to be made. The people are in power. They need to be empowered to make moves, and we just wait and see. Because at the end of the day, we don't change shit. We host the internet radio show and a podcast. You know what I'm saying, that people get to enjoy and appreciate all of y'all checking it out, man. So yeah, man, we'll see with that. It's money, a lot of money, bro. Independent would be dope as shit. Independent will be dope, son.
You get a TV deal with one of these fucking networks or one of these streaming services or something.
Yeah, son, give me Netflix and Canes. What? Easy, son. Easy. Get annual. You got to because you get the NIL deal with Netflix. You know what I'm saying? You could get like documentaries. You get private. You know what I'm saying? Documentaries going, all that stuff. The U Part 3. I'm saying all that shit.
And there's there's no I don't have it or people can't get it. Everybody has everything. Everybody got Netflix. Mm-hmm. Everybody. I don't care what you're doing. Everybody got Netflix. People sharing Netflix. You know what I mean? I got 3
Everybody
people
got Netflix.
On people. My brother got my pad, everything, dude. You know what I mean? So.
Facts. Amazon Prime. Make sure, just want to give y'all Amazon Prime tonight. The Ken and Friends show, the pop out starts at 7 in about an hour. Make sure y'all go watch that, man, because I'm gonna be watching.
Is that why you wanted to start early? Don't tell me this is why we started.
No. First of all, I scheduled. I had. You know what I'm saying? I had the contractor coming through. I got my meeting, but that started 5 minutes ago. And I didn't want to. I know 7 o'clock is too late for you, so I didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do it after my meeting because you be
trying to play me, sir.
Son, I don't lie. I just keep it in a buck. That's what it is.
Play me, sir.
Nah, but I ain't gonna watch that at 7.
I ain't got cable, but I got Netflix. Facts. Everybody got Netflix.
Everybody got Netflix, man. On Netflix, y'all check out the show Your Honor. That's just dope with Bryan Cranston. That should start. I'm on like an episode 2. That's just dope. I like drama and intense shit. I got nothing else, man. I already know you did the website. You did the commercial again, but in case y'all don't know, youheardpodcast.com/merch. Make sure y'all go check it out, man. It's in the link in the description, and it's always all over our social media. Appreciate y'all so much. Let's see if we got a last. Oh, Henry Stevens is right. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the right people. All right, man. Appreciate y'all so much. We up out of here. Joe, you got anything else?
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show me.
Yeah. We up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all. Peace. Certified.
Well, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed it. We had a ball making it.